Yeah, you, right? Sin City and beyond, Corey Johnson with you. It's already January 15th, Corporal. What the hell's going on with the calendar? Someone speeded up lately? Already mid-January. Already 2 weeks into this bad boy known as 2025, if you can believe that. Thanks for joining us. A wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Fired up? Love to hear from you. 766-9480. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Boy, it's maybe 60 degrees outside. We know the drill, though. Everybody knows it by now. It's been the talk of the town for the last 24 hours. Next week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday, I've got a snowflake on the, if you go to weather.com or maybe you have weather on your phone. Tuesday has a snowflake out there. I mean, we get clouds, we get the sunshine thing, we get a percentage of rain chance. I haven't seen the snowflake in a long, long time. Chance of rain come Tuesday. Monday, we start out at 32 degrees. Tuesday, 29 degrees. Wednesday, 28 degrees. 38 on Thursday and Friday of next week. High temperatures, low 40s. Hell, on Tuesday, the high temperature's 35. Tuesday, it's 29 to start the day. 35 is the high. Like open Wednesday. Whatever you want to discuss. 766-9 is how you do it. Something we're not discussing enough, something we're missing entirely, something we're talking about, but you think it needs to be discussed more. 766-9480. The Corporal, ready to dial us, ready to field your phone calls, I should say, when you dial us up. All good over there, Corporal? Just checking. You know, we have a new password for the Wi-Fi and all that crap. Thanks, corporate, for letting us know. That bomb blew up in my face. Corporal, I didn't get the bet down. I would have won 4 million rupee. It just really bums me out. Oh, wow. Wide open Wednesday, 25 days till the Super Bowl. 25 days, 3 weeks from Sunday. Jazz Fest acts announced today. WWOZ has brass pass. Was it like early brass pass or something? What is it? Early bird brass passes are now available. The early bird brass passes. What are those things, like $2,000 or something? I forget what the brass pass was. Early bird price, don't miss out. I don't see the price on here. Let's see. Purchase a brass pass here. Let's see what it is, which is good for every single day of Jazz Fest, all 7 days. $1,200. $50. You can ship up to 4 passes. FedEx $50 shipping. 2025 brass pass, $1,200. So for 7 days of Jazz Fest, what's that break down to? About $140, something like that. What else do you get with the brass pass? I thought it was maybe something more than just getting in. Maybe it's VIP right up by the stage. Anyway, we'll talk a little Jazz Fest, some acts. I'll let you know who's coming. A ceasefire deal announced between Israel and Hamas. Hostages will be released. Wow. Long time coming. What a horrific war. Homeless folks in New Orleans getting bused to France Road by the industrial waterway, kind of the borderline of Gentilly going to the east, the lakefront going to the east, kind of by the Seabrook Bridge. Homeless folks getting bussed. Governor Landry getting the job done. The city of New Orleans says we would have got it done. We just needed a few more weeks. It's 25 days till the Super Bowl. Hey, the city is sticking with its existing parade routes in spite of the terrorist attack, and I think that's the right thing to do. There was talk of moving all parades to the traditional St. Charles Avenue route, but parades like Endymion through Mid-City and Zulu through Central City, they go off the beaten path, and they should be able to. And there are a few others, too. It's not just Endymion and Zulu. You don't want to know what I think. I'm old school. I liked when we'd go to New Orleans East and check out the crew of Pontchartrain. We'd go to St. Bernard and check out the crew of Jupiter. I'd go to, Bonneville and Vets in Metairie and check out Allah. It was like one of the first parades of the season, I think on a Friday night. I'd go to, lakefront area, check out Pandora on a Saturday afternoon, or Hercules on a Monday night out by the lakefront, or go on Rampart in the French Quarter on Rampart right by Armstrong Park and check out Okeanos. I just, the West Bank parades. I like the neighborhood parades. Not everybody on the Uptown route. Uptown gets their parade every night. They get their Saturday and Sunday parades. I just like the old school routes that were just all over the city. Most of them end up like St. Charles, Canal Street at the end. But how they got there, all kind of different ways. Most did the Uptown route. Ferret on Monday night, lining up on Ferret by Broadway, in between Loyola and Tulane's campus on Ferret. Be lining down Ferret to get to Napoleon, and then taking the traditional St. Charles Avenue route. Now, I like the old neighborhood parades, to be honest with you. I think it was twofold, like easier to have them all in one spot, easier to police all that, blah, 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 blah. Also, I think these parades were like, man, we'd rather be on the Uptown route than running Monday night in Gentilly, Hercules, or Pandora on a Saturday in Gentilly, or crew of Pontchartrain on Hain Boulevard in the East. So I think a lot of these parades were like, there's going to be a bigger draw. We'll hook up. We'll be the second parade that day. We'll be the first of three. We'll be the third, whatever. More people will come. We'll have bigger crowds. I think it just kind of snowballed from there. But I like the old school neighborhood parades. That was great, where you got in the car with friends and family and beelined out to that neighborhood, parked somewhere, walked to the parade route, checked out the parade. Maybe you had friends or family that lived out in that neighborhood. You could go there to their house, hang out there, a little party. Now it's like 99% St. Charles Avenue route, or 90+%. Yeah, you right. Yeah, you're wrong. Como Furniture on Vets closing after more than 70 years. Como Furniture at another location a few decades ago for about 20 years. Where was Como's other location in Metro New Orleans? Give me the answer to that. I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Hey, when I throw out trivia, you either know the answer or you don't. A friend can help you, but that friend can't be the intranet device or a search engine like Google or Bing or DuckDuckGo or any of that. Como Furniture closing on Vets after more than 70 years. They once had a second location. It closed about 20 years ago. Was open for at least 20 years. Where was that other Como Furniture location? 766-9480. You got the answer? I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Is there a king cake that I gotta try? That I just gotta try? Maybe you don't want to let the secret out. Corey Johnson with you, coming right back.
The Woodhouse Day Spa with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only
is the gateway to global tree forward. For more than 125 years, Portnola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. And by road, no matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together, coalition for a prosperous city. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescriptions from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, French for bread, Leidenheimer.
Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frame arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
And supply.
Pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades. On Jefferson Highway, across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
Hey, Marigny, Bywater, Treme, French Quarter, CBD, Warehouse District, Garden District, Irish Channel. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground, where New Orleans is heard.
Yeah, you right. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. It is Wide Open Wednesday, meaning you're the show producer. Anything you'd like to discuss? That's where that phone number comes in. That's how you produce the show. Get on the air and tell us what you want to talk about. 766-9480. Let's head to the phone lines to Lakeview. Randy joins us on the program. What off? Randy? Randolph?
I'll take a stab at that other location for Como's.
Como Furniture closing after more than 70 years. Can you believe it, Randy?
I can. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I don't remember Como not being on Veterans right there in my life, at least.
No, I don't either. And I did business with the other one that it's going to be embarrassing if I don't do it, if I don't get it right because of that. But if I remember correctly, it was right off I-10 by the Morrison Road exit.
Right off I-10 by the Morrison Road exit.
Like that Kenilworth area in the east.
You are correct.
Yeah, you're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
It was kind of part of that Kenilworth Mall, although not connected to the small mall at Kenilworth. But it sat out by by that Burger King, right?
I remember Shakey's Pizza there at one time. I'm old. I'm going way back.
Yeah. What else do you remember out there?
In that section right there?
Yeah, Como, Shakey's Pizza. What else?
Well, some stores in the mall. There was like a Radio Shack and Tandy Leather or something in it. You know, it's all of them things that ain't there no more.
Yep. No, that whole mall's been torn down. Yeah, they had the Burger King. They had the gas station out by the corner. Como Furniture was kind of in that direction. The mall was behind it. I think there was was there C's Pharmacy out there?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, I used to go to the Kenilworth Mall, and then the Plaza opened. I'm guessing the Kenilworth Mall probably opened like 1968, 1970, 71, if I had to guess, something like that. And then the Plaza opened in 75, and the Kenilworth Mall survived, but the Plaza was the bad boy, and I guess Kenilworth Mall went on a slow decline once the Plaza opened.
Absolutely.
Anyway, good job, Randy. Who's getting that $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate?
My lovely bride, Barbie.
Nice. Barbie. What a great name. Randolph and Barbara.
Not a Randolph, just Randy.
Just Randy. That's no Randolph. All right. Hang on, Randy. All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. That's Randy from Lakeview picking up 50 big bucks. It's that easy. It's that easy. Picking up 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse. The corporal's going to get some info from you, Randy. So don't go anywhere. That way we can tighten you up with that $50 gift certificate for Barbie at the Woodhouse. You're in Lakeview. I'm guessing Canal Street at Carrollton, the mid-city location closest to you. Metairie, near North Kenner, West Esplanade, Transcontinental, not too far either. Couple of North Shore locations, Mandeville and Slidell. They're in Baton Rouge. WoodhouseSpas.com. WoodhouseSpas.com. Good job, Randy. Yeah, Como Furniture closing after more than 70 years. I'd say that location on Vets opened like early 70s when I was like a tot. I don't remember it not being there. The only early parts of Veterans that I remember it was called not the Independence Mall, it was called the Wilshire Plaza Shopping Center across from Dorignax. I remember the Shoney's Big Boy was right there. And I remember as a kid, the Baskin Robbins opening there. And I remember the side slot, you could see straight through it. It just wasn't built out yet. Like that mall was pretty new. So that mall across from Dorignax, probably circa 71, 72. I was like a tot getting ice cream at the Baskin Robbins. That was one of my first jobs too. Working at that Baskin Robbins. Let's see, that would have been, 40 something years ago. It was a bummer. There were like 20 employees. I was number 20. And no one was quitting. No one was moving on. So I never moved up. And like the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th employees, every month they worked Friday and Saturday night and just got one of those 8 weekend nights off. So I'm like, 14, 15, 16-year-old high school kid, 8th, 9th, 10th grade. dating girls. And, Friday night, Saturday night, I'm stuck at the Baskin Robbins till about 10:30. It's like, how late can I stay out after that? And then I've got ice cream all over my hands and shirt and face. Didn't help the dating game. Yeah, so I got one Friday or one Saturday off a month because I was like the 20th person, the 20th kid. I still like Baskin Robbins. Like a chocolate chip from Baskin Robbins or a shake. Hey, is there a king cake that I've just got to try? Is there just some bad boy king cake that you crave, that you're like, glad it's Mardi Gras season, glad this thing exists? It's just really great. It could be like something that's so rich and sugary but tastes fantastic that you only can eat like a little thin slice. Or maybe it's one where you can eat a big piece. I was talking to a buddy yesterday. He had the box in the bag from Dong Fong Bakery. A lot of folks laugh. What is it? Hido on the West Bank. I think it's Terry Parkway at like Carol Sue, I think, if I'm not mistaken. The Hido Bakery, they've got a good king cake. The Vietnamese, French colony, a lot of French cooking influence in Vietnam. That's why they're great bakers. And they embrace it here in New Orleans. There's a lot of good king cakes. I'll tell you, I'm old school. Like, it's almost embarrassing, but it's not embarrassing. It's just I'm old school. And I'm telling you, it's bad and don't get it. It's the opposite of, is there a king cake I just got to try? You don't have to try this. If you didn't grow up eating it, it'll be a big disappointment. It'll be like, this is a king cake? This is terrible. I went to Tasty over there on, was that Clearview and West Metairie? Across from the Krispy Kreme. I went to the little Tasty and got a Mackenzie's king cake. Friggin' Mackenzie's king cake and a small hot chocolate, $29. A little Mackenzie's king cake and a small hot chocolate, $29 from the Tasty. I thought that would be like $12 or something for the king cake, a few bucks for the hot chocolate, maybe like $14, $15, $29. That king cake was probably like $24.95, $25, $26 for that Mackenzie's king cake, which has to be the least desirable, the most terrible king cake ever made. And I don't love it, but I get one about every 2 or 3 Mardi Gras. I got one the other day. I was talking about it with some friends. I said, I get it. I could eat like 2 or 3 pieces. Then I dump it off to a buddy of mine who's married with kids or something like that. And my buddy was like, I'd like to try a piece. And he goes, and my neighbor loves the Mackenzie's king cake. I'm like, what's wrong with your neighbor? It's terrible. But I grew up on that thing. So I went and bought one and I ate about 20% of it, like 2 pieces, 2.5 pieces. I even cut the bottom out because it was too doughy and just ate the top half of the dough and the sugar on top. And it was, brought back childhood memories. I enjoyed it or I wouldn't have bought it. But I'm recommending to you, if you've never had it, don't go buy it. Don't experience it. The Mackenzie's king cake is just like yellowish dough with sugar on top. That's it. Not even cinnamon. Anyway, I gave it to my buddy who ate a piece, and then he gave it to his neighbor that was so appreciative. And they ended up getting a king cake that was in the shape of a J. I told him, Johnson, that's where it came from. Anyway, yeah, Tasty's has the Mackenzie's king cake for you old school people that just want to relive your childhood or experience something that you grew up eating. But yeah, shouldn't I tell people that have never experienced it to not get it? Isn't that fair? 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Is there a king cake that I've just got to try that just kicks butt, takes names? Great king cake. 766-9480. The corporal's at the controls, fielding your phone calls. I took my mom to Art and Eyes on Magazine. She not only got a new pair of prescription glasses, she got a new pair of prescription sunglasses from Art and Eyes. Super high quality. And like I always tell you, she had never heard of the name brands. Made in Japan, made in Europe, made in the United States. It's not Luxottica mafia-driven Chinese garbage. It's Art and Eyes. Eyewear that's as unique as you. On Magazine, between Napoleon and Louisiana. Google them. Art and Eyes. Corey Johnson with you. Wide open Wednesday.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Store or online at rouses.com.
Francesca Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
The Woodhouse 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Middle Eastern cuisine under the oak trees. Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn. Lebanon's Cafe.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TF-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TF-AC.com, your cool spots.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-Zone Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where local and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
Want to stay somewhere special when visiting New Orleans? Look no further than the Grand Victorian. Located in the Garden District on the St. Charles Avenue streetcar line, the Grand Victorian is ideally placed for visiting the city's local attractions, fabulous restaurants,
and more. Make your stay in New Orleans something to remember. To find out more about the Grand Victorian or to book, go to gvbb.com. The Grand Victorian.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades on Jefferson Highway across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
Thoughtful conversation, common sense. Corey Johnson.
With all due respect, Mr. Dent, I had no idea you'd gotten experimental surgery to have your removed.
Live streaming at CoreyTalks.com.
What was that? Oh, I said with all due respect.
Yep. According to the Geneva Convention, as long as you throw that disclaimer out, you can pretty much insult anybody. Wow. Every time I check myself out on the monitor, Corporal, and I see this vest I'm wearing, I think of Back to the Future and the guy saying, "Wait, you jump ship? Give me a Pepsi free." Oh, you got to pay for it. When Michael J. Fox has on the vest.
That's uncanny.
Yep. It kind of looks like a flotation device on TV.
There's like a ripcord in there somewhere, or it'll puff up.
Exactly. All right, now I'm not going to name names, but there's a cat I know that lives on the lives on the North Shore, works on the South Shore. And when he goes home, it doesn't matter if it's 30 degrees. What are you laughing at, Corporal? You know the story already?
I don't, but I feel like I see the direction it's going.
This guy gets in his car, and before he gets in and buckles up, he puts on a life preserver. All right?
Wild.
And then he gets buckled in every window of the car, and he drives from South Shore to the North Shore. All four windows down, 30 degrees, cruise control at 65. He's got on a life preserver, like that you'd wear in a boat. You think I'm making this up?
No, I believe you. I find it funny because as joke's on you, the one day when he's right.
Well, the thing I was going to get him, that metal thing with the ball on the end that's like 8 inches, you can smash a window with it.
Yeah.
He's still wearing the life preserver. So, I was helping him with the window thing. We're like, dude, if it's 30, you can at least, if it's raining, you I think when it's raining, he probably has the windows just, half down or something, but enough for him to climb out. So the car gets wet. I don't know. I was going to get him the metal thing, but then I'm like, maybe I could get him, those floaties so that the kids wear that you just put on your arms, those little yellow
just in
things.
The pool so that you don't have to keep an eye on them all the time.
Floaties. Well, you could just slip those on his arm and dry. It would be a little less, restrictive. Anyway, true story. Not making that up. How could you make something like that up? 766-9480. Corporal just goes, wow. It's like, he knows I'm telling the truth. And he's like thinking about the dude driving across the causeway with the life vest on.
It's a funny image.
Yep. With all four windows of the car down. Good job, Randy. Como Furniture's closing on vets after more than 70 years. Randy in Lakeview answering where the other Como Furniture was located. Kenilworth Mall, New Orleans East. Oh, boy. I got 3 emails, Corey at CoreyTalks.com. Like, people I don't even know that just listen to the show. I'm not against them. I'm glad they're emailing me, Who wears the life preserver? Like they would. Oh, Johnny in New Orleans East. It's Fred Smith. I'm not telling you. Crazy. Now I got to reply back to this guy. You're not getting an answer.
They're trying to fish out to see if it's a guest or somebody you've had on.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to weasel out some information.
Too funny. Sorry, you emailers. Corey at CoreyTalks.com. I'm not giving you the answer. Who wears the life preserver? Who wears the life vest? Wow. These guys are a trip.
That was fast, too.
It was. Funny, man. I got to laugh. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Yeah, I miss the old parade routes that used to go in individual neighborhoods. Gentilly, Lakeview, New Orleans East, Uptown, not St. Charles Avenue necessarily. French Quarter like Rampart. I wasn't around for the parades going in the French Quarter like down Bourbon and Royal. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but floats got so big they couldn't do it. Make smaller floats for French Quarter parades, have parades zigzag around the French Quarter. Are you kidding? But you're spreading out manpower. You could have a Saturday afternoon. You could have a parade in the East, one in Mid-City, one in Uptown, one in the Quarter. It would just be very taxing on an already stressed out police force. So I think for two primary reasons. One, hey, let's just have one primary parade route. And two, the parades themselves going. We love being Pontchartrain out here in New Orleans East on Hain Boulevard. But boy, if we go to Uptown and Okeanos, which used to run in the French Quarter on Rampart, they're going to Uptown too. Bigger crowd on the St. Charles Avenue route. We'll have twice, three times the people. Wouldn't we rather parade with a larger crowd and going down St. Charles Avenue, blah, 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 blah. I get it. I mean, St. Charles Avenue is the ultimate parade route. I mean, you could argue better spots. I don't know where. I'm not knocking someone that owns a house on Napoleon. I'd be at my house if I owned it on Napoleon too and loving it. And I like the CBD. I like Canal Street. But if I'm watching a parade, Oak Tree Line, Streetcar Line, St. Charles Avenue, it's just really tough to beat. Such a great parade street. Bacchus is special on Sunday night. Nighttime, lit up, right under the oak trees. It's beautiful. Garden District. It's just tough to beat a parade in Uptown. 766-984-80. 766-9480. The city sticking with the existing parade route. There was talk of moving everything to St. Charles Avenue, Endymion Mid-City, Zulu through Central City, a few other parades. They do their own deal. So they're going to be allowed to do that. But most parades in New Orleans take the traditional Uptown route down St. Charles. Hey, is there a king cake I've just got to try? Just a fantastic king cake I got to try. 766-9480. I told you about one you don't have to try at all. I don't recommend it. Unless you're like me, you grew up on it and you just kind of relive in your childhood. That Mackenzie's king cake is terrible. But I grew up on that thing, so I like it. It's like, some restaurant that serves like a traditional dish and you're just used to it from that restaurant. And there's probably a much better version of it somewhere else, but you're used to that one. Now, it's not like I only eat the Mackenzie's, the opposite. I get it like every 3 years. I got one the other day. Ate a couple of pieces, brought it to my buddy. He ate a piece. And then the neighbor loves the Mackenzie's, so he gave the rest of it to them. They were appreciative of it. Is there a king cake I've just got to try? 766-9480. Now, here's the gimmick. I don't want you not shouting it out to the rest of the audience. Doesn't have to be just for me. But here's a kicker, just for me at least. But I don't want this to deter you from calling and throwing out a great king cake. I told you I went and got that crappy Mackenzie thing. I'm old school. I'm traditional. I like, dough, cinnamon, and sugar. Icing, dough, and cinnamon. I'm not a big cream-filled king cake eater. I'm not. It becomes something different for me. I've had some that I like it, but to me, it's more like a kind of like a jelly donut-ish type thing, more than a king cake type thing. Janice joins us down into Paris, St. Bernard, where life is hard, hard, hard. What's going on in Chalmette, Janice?
Hello, darling. We filming right now into the 31st for some movies.
Wow.
And it's a beautiful day today, even though it was cloudy.
Now, where are they filming? In that like old Home Depot?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they do a lot of movies. Huh.
Yes, it's fabulous too, because everybody that comes this year, Randazzo's Bakery.
You like Randazzo's?
They're the best.
Now, would that be the one that's like behind 17th Street, behind Lakeside, behind the post office, going towards West Esplanade?
Yes.
Randazzo's. All right. They're the best.
Yeah,
It's not even close.
Been business for over 50 years. And that king cake you could love for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Nice. All right. Now, Janice, what flavor, which one do you get?
Well, they only come in one traditional.
Really?
Yes.
Is it cream filled or no?
No, it's just a dough with cinnamon, and I'm talking about real delicious cinnamon.
Wow.
And then it has the frosting on. It isn't sugar coated, and the frosting.
So, I mean, I can't really recall. That's how I like it, Janice. I'm not a cream filled. I'm traditional. I like dough, cinnamon, and icing.
That's beautiful.
Yep. Yep.
Well, how's your day going today?
Let's go. I had one the other day. I grew up on it, but I would not recommend that to anyone.
That's a nightmare and a disaster in its own.
It really is. It's so plain Jane, huh?
I don't think people should feed their pets that kind of cake.
I'm telling you. You're right.
But Haydell's Bakeries also is great.
Haydell's also?
Yes.
Past Clearview, in between Clearview and Transcontinental?
Correct.
All right. So we got Randazzo's behind Lakeside, behind 17th Street, heading towards.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harris.
Janice, you want to go to the Woodhouse? Yo, Janice.
I'm here.
Do you want to go to the Woodhouse?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to tighten you up with a gift certificate, all right?
Oh, that is so sweet of you guys.
Well, you tighten me up with something sweet. I got to go get a Randazzo's or a Haydell's king cake.
Well, thank you very much for the Woodhouse.
My pleasure. Hang on, all right, Janice?
Thank you.
That's Janice in Chalmette, that Woodhouse in Slidell, just minutes away from you, Janice. Corey Johnson with you, coming right back.
Experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades on Jefferson Highway across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeVar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here with the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as you need to. The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, fuller flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. Harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at coalition.info.
New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward for more than 125 years.
continue to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. And at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com. Your cool spot. Prepared with experience, depth, knowledge, and a history in the game. Corey Johnson.
Years later, a doctor will tell me that I have an IQ of 48.
I am the smartest man alive!
That's just so wrong. Years later, doctors would tell me I have an IQ of 48. Corey Johnson back at you. It's just not right. The corporal's laughing. He's giddy over there. That ain't right.
That's my favorite rejoiner.
Oh, wow. I like Mr. Okra and things like that. 766-9480. Popular, fun stuff. Positive. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Family was in town over the holidays. My mom celebrated her 94th birthday. She's got a driver's license. It expires when she's 99 and 51 weeks. She'll be like a few days shy of 100 when that license expires. And we'll go back in and get it renewed. She's a very good driver. Anyway, my mom came in town. My mom's in town. My brother came in town from London. My sister from Virginia. A lot of their kids and boyfriend, girlfriends, or, spouses, whatever. So big family event for my mom. It was great. My brother always loved the traditional New Orleans dough-bash cake. He's lived in Europe for 40 years. So when he comes to New Orleans, in the olden days, like 20, 30 years ago, he'd go to like Popeyes, get red beans and rice and biscuits. And now he thinks, like me, it's crap. So he doesn't do that anymore. And he's right. It is crap. But anyway, he loved the old dough-bash cake growing up on it as a kid. Every birthday, my older brothers and sisters, myself, we'd have that dough-bash cake and ice cream. So my brother went out. I met my brother for lunch. And then he went down to Haydell's and grabbed the dough-bash cake for my mom's party. And we met for lunch. So we were both in separate cars. I was like, damn, I wouldn't mind getting something from Haydell's. So I just had that like sweet tooth fix. And I went down the block to Haydell's and just over-ordered, Corporal. Ate a couple of things and then gave like the other 8 things I ordered to my neighbors across the street. I got 2 chocolate chip cookies. The chocolate chip cookies from Haydell's are fantastic. They really are. They're big, round cookies, and they're full of chocolate chips. And they're, from a bakery. They're not, no preservatives. So the Haydell's, homemade. Haydell's chocolate chip cookies, really good. Got a couple of Petitfours, which just Petitfour is tough to beat. It's like a little mini piece of cake. A lot of icing, nice cake. Let's see. Petitfour's chocolate chip cookies. I think I got a couple of brownies because the brownies just look so good. So I ended up taking a knife and cutting a slither of one brownie and just had to try it because I ate a chocolate chip cookie and a Petitfour. And then I was like, that's enough. So I think I got 3 Petitfours. So the neighbors got 2 Petitfours, a chocolate chip cookie, some brownies. Not like I like Hadel's and Randazzo's, places like that. But boy, we have so many like local bakeries, little bakeries like in Uptown New Orleans and, Central City and Holly Grove, Bywater, French Quarter, Marigny, all these great little local bakeries that just do stuff so damn good. So damn good. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Rouse's Markets phone lines 766-9480. 766-9480. Hey, Lebanon's Cafe is open right now and they roll till 9:30 tonight. 7 days a week. They open at 11 a.m. and they go till 9:30 every night. Sunday night, 9:30. Outdoor dining, indoor dining, to-go orders, lamb chop, shish kebab, some of the finest Middle Eastern food in Metro New Orleans. Lebanon's Cafe, Carrollton at Jeanette in Uptown, open till 9:30. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. The Corporal fielding your phone calls, running the controls. 766-9480. 766-9480. Hey, Corporal, it is still like, it's not at all. It still is because it's not at all. A buddy of mine still has his Christmas tree up because he says it looks so damn good. I said, dude, as long as the needles aren't falling, it's drinking water. You're putting water in the bowl. He's scooping up the water. They drinking the water. I'm like, as long as it's not dropping needles, keep the tree up. But it's not holiday season anymore. But I was about to say I'm in the holiday giving mood, giving away $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates. My Girl Scout cookie question still out there. The old Girl Scout cookie question. Let's go to Kennebra, where they land some rather large aircraft at a Superior facility. What's up, Joe and Kenner?
Hey, Corey.
How you doing, man?
Yeah. One of my favorite for king cake is Dong Fong.
Dong Fong, man. Everybody loves Dong Fong out in the East on the Chef Highway.
Yeah.
That's got to be top 3 king cake universally in New Orleans, I would think.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Some people's favorite. And I don't know anyone that's like, I don't like it.
Right.
Where do you get it, Joe? Like at a local grocery near Kennebra? You there, Joe? You can hear Joe? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, and their little French bread rolls are good, too.
So, no, the little French bread rolls are fantastic. They know how to bake.
Yeah.
They know how to bake.
Absolutely.
The Vietnamese food out there is fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, I always say in New Orleans East, home of not one good restaurant, you got to go to the Far East. And that's sort of a pun because it's mostly out there. But I guess Vasinovich's, the little seafood joint by NASA, off the chef, right. And Dong Fong. I mean, that's not too much else to eat out in the East.
Yep.
Hey, Joe, you want to tighten up the wife with a gift card to the Woodhouse? Hang on, all right? Joe and Kenner.
Oh, that'd be great.
All right, don't move, Joe. Coming right back.
Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
Woodhouse Day Spa with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades on Jefferson Highway across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
Rouse, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique locations in Orleans Parish. Rouse's is New Orleans. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Hi. Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. Then we'll save your color so you old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Hey, to experience life on St. Charles Avenue, now is your chance. The Grand Victorian, the ultimate bed and breakfast in the Garden District on the streetcar line. Built in 1893, this magnificent house will make your special weekend getaway special. To find out more, go to gvbb.com. That's gvbb.com. The Grand Victorian. Go to get away.
Why wear the same old glasses else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com. Your cool spot.
Oh, yeah. It's already the 5 o'clock powwow. It's already Wednesday. Hell, it's already January 15th. What the hell? What the hell? Time is flying by. Wasn't Halloween like 10 days ago, Corporal? 10 days, right? Halloween? Feels like, geesh, Louise. I think it's Drew Brees' birthday today, if I'm not mistaken. 46-year-old Drew Brees. Yeah, Yeah, you right. He brought a lot of joy and excitement to the Crescent City. I think that's safe to say. For a generation or two of New Orleanians, multiple generations. Hey, the phone number to participate in the program, 766-9480. 766-9480. I was asking, is there a king cake I've just got to try? Dong Fong, Randazzo's, Haydel's. Now, I don't like a cream-filled king cake, but if there's a great cream-filled king cake, I want you throwing it out there. 766-9480. Is there a king cake I just have to try that's just so damn good? Now, I'll tell you one, like I was talking about last hour, that's so damn bad. If you didn't grow up with this, don't go get this. But the Mackenzie's is available at Tasty's, the old school Mackenzie's king cake, which is just like this yellow dough with purple, green, and gold sugar on top, and that's it. It used to be worse. It used to, like, if the king cake's o'clock at like noon, 3, 6, and 9, it had this crappy piece with those little ball things those little ball sprinkles that are terrible. And then it had a nasty cherry on it. It's like such a bummer when you were a kid in grammar school in New Orleans and you got stuck with that lousy, crappy piece with the balls. That was awful. The new Mackenzie's king cake doesn't have those pieces. It's just all dough and sugar. And it's as bad as I'm saying, but I grew up on the thing. You know? It's like bad Chinese food. You had the bad Chinese joint around the block, and you like the General's Chicken. Then you go to somewhere like Trey Yen, a real Chinese restaurant, and they've got a great version of it, and you're like, I don't really like it. Yeah, because you're used to the crappy version. Now, that doesn't apply to me. I like a great king cake. I like good king cake. And I'm just telling you, I grew up on the Mackenzie, so that flavor and just the basicness of it, there's something appealing to me, going back to my childhood, whatever. About every 2 or 3 years, and I did it the other day, go into Tasty's and grab that crappy Mackenzie's king cake. Corporal, what I couldn't believe, I got one king cake and a small hot chocolate, $29. $29.
Wow.
Which tells me a Dong Fong king cake has to be about $30, huh? It's got to be. It ain't $12.
Yeah.
There's no $12 or $15 king cake.
No shot.
You know? Anyway, is there a king cake I just got to try? I got one you don't have to try unless you're like me. You grew up eating it and you just want to relive your past. That Mackenzie's one might be the worst. We had calls about Randazzo's. That's behind Lakeside, past 17th Street, going towards West Esplanade. I forget the name of that street. Where terrible, I don't want to mention the name, that a terrible Italian restaurant's located that people seem to like. Behind the post office, about 2 or 3 blocks. About 500 yards behind that post office on 17th Street behind Lakeside. Go down that street towards West Esplanade. Randazzo's on your right. Haydel's is on Vets. In between, Clearview and Transcontinental on the right. By Don's Seafood. By Don's Seafood. I wonder how Don's Seafood is. I went there about 20 years ago. It wasn't bad, but I guess it wasn't good enough where I was like, I got to get back to Don's Seafood. But it wasn't bad. I don't remember going, this place sucked. Don's Seafood, right next door. Haydel's. And then Dong Fong was mentioned. They're on Chef Highway out in the Far East. But there's a lot of places you can get a Dong Fong king cake. Some grocery stores have them. Some other stores have them. They might have like 20 for the day. And when they're gone, they're gone. And the line out in the East can get long for a Dong Fong king cake. High Dough on the Best Bank. What is that? Terry Parkway at Carol Sue. That's a pretty damn good king cake. I'm not into the cream-filled king cakes, though. I'm like into the basic ones like dough, cinnamon, and icing. Dough, cinnamon, and sugar. Is there a king cake I just got to try? 766-9480. Dial us up, 766-9480. Hey, if you're looking for a place to check out the Pels tonight, NBA action, college football championship game, NFL playoffs, Tracy's Magazine at Pleasant. Legendary Tracy's new location, bigger and better than ever. Too many flat screens to count. That killer roast beef po' boy, a full kitchen, sports bar, restaurant, 2 stories, big balcony on Magazine, kind of catty corner from that Bro Mart on Magazine between Washington and Louisiana. Magazine at Pleasant, legendary Tracy's. Corey Johnson with you. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Speaking of Mardi Gras and King Cakes, the city sticking with the existing parade routes. There was discussion after the New Year's early morning terrorist attack on Bourbon Street that maybe all parades like Zulu and Endymion too and any others that don't ride that, Napoleon St. Charles Avenue to downtown route, you're going to have to ride it. If you're a mid-city fan of Endymion, if you're a central city fan of Zulu, you're in good shape. The city going to stick with the existing parade routes for all parades. Now, the bulk